Well, good morning. These guys just come right on in. Hey, buddy. So it's about 6 a.m. We're just getting our shade situated here. Going to be another hot one. Yesterday was 99 degrees, if not 100. A lot of cows in camp this morning. Wow, some little ones. Jeez.
It's like the cow highway.
The cows, the gang's all here. So we're using this shade cloth. I had mine doubled up yesterday when the sun was on this side, but for the morning, take that second layer off and get it over on the other side here. Just before that sun comes up, just to keep the sun shining off the side of the van there. It really helps. Makes a big difference. So yesterday was kind of our cue that it's time to move on. It is going to cool down for a few days, but probably warm right back up. So we'll probably be departing this camp in the next day or two, heading up to higher ground where it is a lot cooler. We're looking at a place to camp next. Going to be about 20 degrees cooler than it is here. So tough it out a couple more days, get packed up and move on. Well, it is a beautiful morning in camp this morning. We hate to leave this spot here. It's been so nice. We have had a very nice stay here. Survived a couple hot days. We had a 100-degree day and another day in the high 90s. So we are ready to move into some higher elevation, get up to where it's a little bit cooler, see some trees. It has been wonderful here. Really enjoyed this winter in the desert, but it is springtime and time to move on. Things are warming up in higher elevations, so it's time to move on. We're going to say goodbye to this camp and these beautiful mountains behind me. The adventure continues. Okay, it is go time. Find our way out of this camp here. A little bit of a rough road coming in here, but it was worth it. I think it deterred a lot of people from coming down this road. So we had a very nice, peaceful stay here. No real camp neighbors, except for the cows. And the weather was perfect pretty much our whole stay. We stayed a good solid 2 weeks, except for the last couple days. We knew that hot weather was coming, but I was waiting on mail. Of course, it was delayed a little bit, so I kind of like enduring a few hot days and then having the luxury of being able to move on to where it's cooler. It really makes you value being a nomad, and the fact that there is higher elevations so close. Really, you can just drive a few hours and the temps are going to be like 20 degrees cooler. So we're really looking forward to that. It's actually going to be a little chilly. We're going to have some freezing nights, I think. But it is warming up quickly pretty much everywhere. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm excited to be back on the road. One of these things about doing these full 2-week stays at all my camps, you really get that excitement when it's time to move on. I really felt a connection with this place. We'll be back. Superstition Mountains. Got one little kind of steep rocky climb here. This thing is doing pretty good traction wise. Got the General Grabber all-terrain tires on here. I've been pretty happy with them. Something like this, it's rough enough I want to go real slow, so I can't use momentum to help me. I've got it in first, just creeping, and these tires are doing their job. They're living up to their name. They're grabbing. That sun is warm already. It's Supposed to be in the mid-90s today. So we are going up in elevation. Just gonna hop out real quick, check the trailer and everything. Get on the road. Okay, we are all good. Try to head into the closest town. I'm gonna be heading into the closest town here to resupply. A little bit of a bump coming out of that drive there. On the road again. Away we go. All right, we're up at 6,000 feet elevation. It is starting to green up. Seeing some taller pines. And it has cooled right off. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm gonna have to change when I get to camp. Starting to see the first ponderosa pines. Yes. Now, I definitely have concerns of the conditions of the forest roads that I'm heading towards. It's very possible that there's going to be forest roads that aren't going to be accessible. They'll either be gated, not opened yet, or just so muddy that it's going to be something that I don't want to get into. Fingers crossed, the first areas I'm going to check are going to be accessible. I really hope so. Okay, I am attempting this road. I parked at the end of it and walked up a little bit. I may be getting myself into trouble here. Yeah, this is not looking good. I think this guy's stuck here. Yep, not looking good. This guy's doing here. He looks stuck. Okay, well, I got out and talked to this guy that's stuck here. He's actually not stuck. He's with someone that's got another vehicle, and they went up ahead and they got stuck. So he unhitched his trailer, used his truck to get his friend out, but they scattered out up there and it's not passable. Probably not even with the four-wheel drive, just a truck alone. So I'm going to test my backing up skills. I'm really glad that he was there. They've been there for 3 days and his trailer's just too big for him to back up and there's nowhere to turn around. So with my smaller setup here, I am going to try to back this thing out. I didn't go in very far. And he is unhitched there, and he said if I get into trouble, he'll come down with his truck and try to help me. This is going to be a feat here. So we'll check in a little bit. You can't see anything because I'm backing up. Okay, I managed to get myself turned around there. That was a little sketchy. Luckily there was just enough hard packed dirt to get swung around here. Almost put the trailer off down in this little ditch where the water's running. But we're turned around. I'm going to move on to slightly lower elevation and hope that I can find something. It's still early enough. All right, well, this is looking pretty good so far. This forest road I've traveled before. It does get graveled. It is a lot wider than the one I just came from. And we're on the south slope of this hill here. Don't know if that's going to help, but it looks like there's a lot less snow and it's a lot drier. So hopefully any of the available pull-offs aren't soaking wet and I can pull off and find a camp. Okay, we're coming up on a low point here, but this one actually has concrete. think I'm going to step out and just check the depth. It looks pretty shallow. Actually, I don't even need to check. It's very shallow. Water crossing. I want to clean all the mud off my tires. Okay, still looking good. All right, I gotta stop being so picky. There are actually very few spots here that are usable. This soil is very deceiving. A few of these pull-offs, the crust of the soil is very dry, but you walk on it and it is just a mushy mess underneath. So this looks like one of the few dry spots here. A little closer to the main road than I'd like to be, but for now this will do. Maybe in a few days things will continue to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this spot before someone else does. All right, I'm gonna call that good. Enough playing around. Enjoy this beautiful day rather than digging myself out of the mud. Okay, so here we are. We made it up into the trees. We're in the Kaibab National Forest here in Arizona. It is a nice, cool, beautiful day today. Definitely, I think it's a good 25 degrees cooler than where we just came from. Probably a little premature, but we really wanted to get out of the heat. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of snow on the ground here behind me, but was able to find one of the few dry spots here. I think it's just because it's so exposed. We'll turn the camera around here and show you. So here's a little look at the camp. The main forest road is just right here. We're just pulled back off a little bit. This will work. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of snow left still. It is super windy today. You can see on the other side here, there is this big pile of cut down trees there from the Forest Service coming in and thinning out the dead trees. But other than that, it is very beautiful here. Look at how green the trees are. It's actually nice to see some snow. I usually do one snow camp at least every year, and I didn't really do it this year, so it's nice to be actually where there's some snow on the ground. We're just gonna get settled in here. I've got to put away all my groceries and I am super hungry. I'm like going hypo. I did not eat enough food. I'm gonna get inside and feed myself here, but yeah, this is it. I gotta give one of these trees a big hug. It's good to be back. Missed you guys. Good to see you again. So there's a Jeep over here. I'm way zoomed in with towing a little trailer, and he's actually stuck. Even a Jeep can get stuck out here. They've got a tow line on the back of the trailer trying to pull him out of where he's stuck at. Well, I really appreciate y'all joining me on this one while we move camps. Nice to have a change of scenery. It was a nice drive up here. So we're going to be spending probably a good couple weeks here. Things are gradually warming up. Still a little breezy, but yeah, we're hoping that the temps just continue to rise a little bit. Probably spend a good couple weeks here, so we'll be doing some exploring around, see what kind of things we can find. So tune on in the next video. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Peace.